how I got into rowing was really through my dad, my dad rowed in Ireland when he was younger, and he thought it would be a really good sport for me to do, not being able to see because you row backwards, you've got someone yelling at you, telling you where to go. You don't need your vision for that. So that's where I initially thought, okay, let's give this a go. In 2014, I was selected for the Australian team to represent Australian para rowing in the mixed double scull, so for leg, trunk and arms. And this is the first time Australia had actually entered a boat into this category at all. So we came in as the underdogs, and we were able to come out with a silver medal. Hopefully the aim of this year at the World Championships, which is where I am now, is to qualify for the Paralympics for next year. I was born with a condition called comod dystrophy. I was diagnosed when I was 4 years old, and this has meant that the vision has deteriorated slowly over time. So when I was 16, I was declared legally blind, but even then I was still playing sports and I was still doing the things that I needed to do. There's been lots of issues where I've got caught in trees and run into bridges, but you just take them as you come and then you keep rowing, because you've got no other choice. You're stuck in the middle of the river, there's nowhere else to go but to row back. So that's one good thing about learning how to overcome your barriers, is that you've just got to keep on going. And unfortunately it could be 10 k's away. So. Some of the barriers too with rowing is obviously you need a lot of fitness, and so I do like to do a lot of cross training, and this does mean that I need to pair up with people who are willing to come cycling with me. I like to do tandem bike riding for kilometres at an end, and running as well. There's a colleague at work that I go running with on Fridays, and having that support is absolutely wonderful. People that are just willing to take me under their wing and to help me go through that. That's absolutely been essential as part of my training for rowing. I'm the Disability Employment Consultant for Western Sydney Local Health District. I'm working on things such as a strategic plan for disability workforce. So we need to increase the amount of staff that we have within our workforce that have a disability. So part of my role is to help encourage people to let us know that they have a disability, and to be able to provide supports to help them in their role to be able to overcome any barriers that they do have, so that we can actually work together as a team. We can work with what is out there to make the system work, so that you don't have to risk losing your job, and so that you can advance in your career as well. So I've actually gone through a program called Jeopardy Programme, which is a rather scary title. So the Job in Jeopardy program means that someone comes out, they do an assessment of my workplace, have a look at what my role entails, and puts together recommendations of what equipment I might need and what training that I could use to help me overcome that. So in my case, it's been a camera to be able to take photo of Word documents that I can then bring up onto my computer, and then with using a program that can actually then dissect that image, and so that I can read documents and break it down into paragraphs or into sentences or letters at a time. Another example of where this program could be used, we've done for people with hearing impairment. So again, someone will come out, do an assessment of what your situation is as an individual, what might be out there that can help, and bringing in those equipments. Or even for people with Asperger's, where someone might become, the issue could be that they can't get past a certain task, they become fixated on this certain problem. So we can actually bring in coaching to help that individual to let go of what one issue is and be able to then multitask, learn how to multitask. And it's bringing in those experts that know how to do it. I do live by myself, and there's a lot of challenges that anybody has, I think, living by themselves. But some of the main ones can be, shopping, food shopping. I tend to do that online, and I can get a lot of missed orders. Just the other day, I accidentally bought 21 cans of soup, and I just wanted 3. With my vision is deteriorating over time, or has deteriorated over time. So this has meant that ways that I have been working previously don't work necessarily now because of that vision loss. having a dog certainly opened up a lot of doors for me where people were approaching me in a friendly, positive manner, which helped me to be able to really, start to accept the situation that I was in and accept that it's not going to get any better, so I just need to work with it. So key factors that would be helpful in helping anyone with a vision impairment, whether they're an employee or a patient that's coming through the system, would be firstly to just, if you do see someone, whether they've got a cane or a dog, just to ask, are they okay? If you're introducing yourself, let them know what your name is, and that if you've got their hand out to shake their hand, let them know. Don't be embarrassed about that, because that is something that is very helpful and just can help to break the ice in any kind of communication. So definitely introducing yourself, letting them know, because a lot of the time it is your voice that's going to be able to bring recognition to who you are. Explaining the environment around as well, whether it's a staff that's in perhaps a different environment where they wouldn't normally be, or if it's a patient in a bed, letting them know, and even if they're not normally vision impaired but they are temporarily losing their vision, just letting them know what other things around them that could be helpful. If there's a glass of water on the table next to them, or if they need a glass of water, perhaps showing them where they could then get some water for themselves, because generally people want to be independent. They want to be able to get from A to B without having to depend on everybody else around them. And just asking those questions can really help a little bit of embarrassment as to, I need to go to the toilet, but I'm going to have to get someone to show me there, and I don't want to ask that question if they're really busy. And if you're showing them forms, or if there's information that you're needing to give the individual, it's okay to be able to say, look, have a look at this. Or if then you realise, oh, hang on, they may not be able to read this, then obviously just offering to be able to read that information to them, that's a big one as well, especially if there isn't family or anyone around that might be able to take that role up as well. So it might feel that you're a little bit overkill, but it's better off giving too much information than not giving enough, because then that gives the person the opportunity to say, yep, no, I'm fine, that's okay. And then also too, if you are needing to guide a person with a vision impairment, then the best way is simply just offering your elbow, and the person will tend to just hold onto your elbow, and then you can guide them through, and they will generally communicate what suits them best. And if they have a guide dog, don't pat the guide dog, please. Unless the harness is off and the person has indicated that it's okay, that you can pat the guide dog. If you pat a guide dog, then they will get distracted. They will definitely ask for more, and that then can cause a lot of disruption for the person that's using the guide dog, because generally you're working together as a team. Trixie and I, we work together as a team. We know where we're going. So as cute as they are, it really is important that you just ignore the dog, because it can become a serious issue, particularly when you're crossing roads or if you're coming to stairs and the person, we really needed to concentrate on where we're going. The way I live my life is being open and honest with myself, accepting help now. That's incredibly important, and I guess for any person that's watching that has a disability, or know people who have a disability who perhaps are having issues with finding themselves, would be to really not forget that you're not alone, and that there are people around you that can help you, whether it's through your work, whether it's through a sporting community, whether it's your family, home, friends. There are people around, and absolutely use them and talk to them and call out if you need any help. The key for success, I feel, has been, the thing that's really changed my life from being in denial, not being scared of the future, not knowing where to go, not knowing how to do anything, what will I be able to do, has really been, for me, just accepting the situation, accepting who I am, not being afraid of being blind, not worrying so much about what people are saying. And I guess I've achieved that. I feel that I've achieved that, and that's still an ongoing issue, but I feel that I am achieving that by finding things to do that you enjoy, and rowing definitely being one of those things, where you are put out of your comfort zone a little bit, and then you're being able to walk away going, well, that was scary, that was terrifying, but I've done it, I've made it, and it may not have been the result that I was really wanting, but at the end of the day I finished it. And it's that kind of attitude that for me has really changed my life, in being able to have the confidence to try things and to try and not be worried about failing or being worried about looking bad or doing or saying the wrong thing, but giving it a go and knowing that, yeah, I'm doing the best that I can, and that's okay.